When you have finished embossing all of your lines and you've went over them a second time, you're going to attach your cardboard to the back of your metal. So you're going to take your piece and flip it over so that your carvings and embossings are touching the table. You're going to center your cardboard on the back, and we're going to be folding the edges around and securing them. So first step is taking the metal and bending it up. And then you're going to take a pencil or one of the wooden tools from the caddy on your table and use it to go along the edges and push this up against the cardboard so that it has a really nice even edge, that there's not a gap between the metal and the cardboard. And then take your hand and push what's left over. Make sure that you don't take your hand and slide it across because you could cut your fingers. And you're going to do this to all 4 edges. Be careful with the edges where it's doubled up because it tends to kind of want to like gap together. We're going to do this for all 4 sides, making sure that you're pressing it up against the cardboard as you go around. When you're done, you're going to take masking tape and you're going to secure this to the cardboard. Make sure that it doesn't go over the edge onto the front because we don't want to see it over the edge on your paper. Then you're going to choose a piece of construction paper from the back counter. The paper is 12 by 12 inches and it's setting in front of the stereo. We're going to create a square that is going to show us where our metal tooling piece is going to sit and where our background is. So you're going to take your metal tooling piece, flip it over, center it, and then using a pencil you're going to go around and trace it. So you're going to take your pencil, make sure that you angle it so that your line is hidden and it goes underneath. If you hold it straight up and down, you'll probably see your line. We want it to disappear. You're going to go around all 4 sides and make your square. This shows us where we don't have to design anything. I don't have to put anything in this box. And then I'm going to create my designs around the edge. Think about the things that we have learned this semester. Think about that this is going to frame your picture and it's supposed to enhance it and go along with it, not take away from it. So we want to take our time designing it. So it could be simple as like line and mark making. We could use color and shading, something that's going to emphasize this. So for this one, I decided to go with like some kind of like fancy designs that again would kind of frame this. I did some shading that went along with it too. And once we have our border done, then you're going to add your paint and we're going to talk about completing our project. So we're going to use India ink and we're going to paint it only in the lines that we have embossed. So you're going to be taking the little container on the back counter, and there are 3 of these set up so that we have a station. So you're just going to take all of your stuff back there. And you're going to take a small paintbrush and only paint in where you have embossed lines. If I have something that's shiny here, there's no reason for me to paint that because that's only going to be more work when I use the steel wool to buff it. And so then you're going to go over all of your lines, painting them in. Only use what you need, because that'll save you with some like scrubbing and cleaning time. If you have areas where there's a lot of texture, like in the hair kind of part, I did like dotted texture, I'm going to scrub that in there. And again, we're going to be using steel wool later on when it dries to go in and buff out those areas.